Welcome back to Learning Revit Structure. In this lesson, we'll cover starting a new structural project. So when you start Revit, you're presented with a screen like you see in this video. At the top are projects. The four pictorials list the four previous projects that you've opened. On the left, you have buttons to allow you to open something, create a new project, or create a new project from a specific template, such as construction, architectural, structural, and mechanical. Now let's say you have another template that you'd like to use, or maybe you want to see the other templates that are available to use. What we do is click New. Once you click New, you're presented with the new project window. You have a drop down for templates to use, and these are some of the default predefined templates. You see you have the same four that are listed on the screen behind it. You also have none. You also have a Browse button on the right. If you click Browse on the right, this will open up the default template location depending on your default units, whether they're imperial or metric. Mine are imperial, so it opens up to the US Imperial folder. Here I can choose one of the same four default templates we saw on the previous screen, or we could choose a different template to start with. For this example, what I'll do is select my template called Structural Analysis Default. This will create basically a structural project based on this template. With that selected, click Open. You'll see that template now in the Template File dropdown. At the very bottom, we have Create New and Project is selected. Let's go ahead and click OK. This will start a new project based on the settings within that template. So to see what was in that template, let's look in the project browser in the lower left. You can see the project by default is named Project 1. Or Project 2 or 3, depending on how many projects you're creating since you last started Revit. These are the predefined views and levels with the views that are currently in this project. So as you can see, starting with the template creates a multitude of things so you don't have to create from scratch. It also loads in a variety of components. If you scroll down far enough to Families, click the plus to the left of Families. Here are the families that are already loaded into this project, and the families can contain content. For example, if I scroll down to the structure area, you have a variety of different structural components that are already preloaded into this Revit project. Now, at the very end, if you don't need these, recommendation would be to purge them out to reduce the file size. But as you can see, you can create your own templates and build more things into the template, saving you more time in the long run without having to load in or design or create these elements. Now, some other things you may want to look at or set are the various settings. That can be located on the Manage tab of the ribbon. If you click Manage on the ribbon, you're provided with all of the setting functions and icons to control the settings within Revit. Over on the left, in the Settings area, maybe you want to set the project information. I can choose the Project Information button, set the name, the description. You can even set up your energy settings for energy analysis. I can set the address, the project name, and project number. For the address, if I click Edit, I can key in the address in as many lines or as little lines as you want. Go ahead and click Cancel. You also may want to look at the project location. Here, I can set the project location from the Project Location panel. The project location can be keyed in as a physical city and state or longitude and latitude. You can also set weather conditions and site conditions on the Weather and the Site tab. Go ahead and click Cancel. All of the other settings are listed here too, and you can see that on the Additional Settings dropdown. This is where you can control your patterns, your materials, your line styles, even all of your tags and callouts and dimensions. All of that criteria for this project is controlled here. As well as a variety of other options and settings, you have other tabs and other icons that you can actually go through and set for the various different settings, units, parameters, and standards that you have within this project. Finally, after you've created the project from a template and after you've set the settings for the project, you should save the project. To save, I can go to the large R in the upper left, go to Save As, Project. Now all I have to do is choose the location of where I want to save my project. For example, the C drive, Learning Revit Structure 2015, and Chapter 5, or to your My Documents, or to a location where you save your current project files. Click Cancel. So as a review, in this lesson, we looked at starting a new structural project. We looked at the various templates that we can create a project from. We looked at Browse to see more templates, and then we selected a template, set it as a project, and created a new project file. We looked at an overview in the project browser of the elements that are currently preloaded into this project, such as views and families, and all the components in the families. We looked at settings and how to set those settings from the Manage tab on the ribbon. Settings would include the project address, the location. Other settings include your line types, line weights, dimensions. And we looked at some of the other icons within the different panels for settings on the Manage tab.